The arena was loud. Thousands of alien voices screamed, laughed, and cheered. Lights flashed. Drums pounded. It was time for blood. This was the grand arena of the Ktarn Empire, where the strongest creatures in the galaxy fought, killed, and died for entertainment. Today was no different. Another fight. Another death. A tall alien announcer floated above the crowd. His skin was blue, his eyes red. He raised a sharp-fingered hand. "Ladies and beasts," he shouted, "tonight, we give you something funny." The crowd laughed. Everyone looked down at the center of the arena. The gates opened. A small human girl walked out. She looked no older than 16. Thin, barefoot, wearing only a torn gray shirt. No weapons, no armor, just silence. Some aliens booed, others laughed. "A human, that's it." One alien shouted, "She's gonna die in 2 seconds." Another yelled. The announcer smiled wickedly. "Yes, my friends, this is not a warrior. This is a joke. A human slave, taken from Earth. No name, no past, no chance. But let's see what happens when we feed her to the champion." The ground shook. Another gate opened. A massive alien stepped out, 12 feet tall, 4 arms, metal claws, glowing red armor. The champion of Sector 7. He had killed over 100 opponents. And now, he would crush a human girl. The girl stood still. No fear in her eyes. No emotion. Just calm. The champion roared, "I will break your bones, little worm." He charged. The crowd stood up, ready for blood. The girl didn't move. The champion raised his arm, about to strike. And then, boom. One blow, one flash. The champion flew backward, across the arena, hit the wall, and didn't get up. Silence. The arena, always full of noise, went completely quiet. No one moved. No one breathed. The alien announcer stared, mouth open. What just happened? The champion's body twitched once, then nothing. Dead. From a single punch. The girl lowered her hand. Calm. Cold. The crowd was frozen. Fear. Confusion. Shock. Then someone whispered, "That wasn't normal." Another voice said, "That's not possible." The announcer quickly spoke again, trying to control the panic. It was a trick, a glitch. "Guards, get her off the field." Dozens of armored guards ran into the arena, blasters ready. They surrounded her. She didn't move. Her eyes slowly glowed faint blue. One guard stepped forward, on the ground. Now, she looked at him. The lights in his helmet flickered, then died. His body froze. He fell, unconscious. More guards aimed their weapons. "Take her down." But they hesitated. Something was wrong. Very wrong. The girl wasn't just strong. She had something else. Something hidden. A voice from the control room whispered to the commander, "She's not in our system. No ID. No files. We don't even know her name." The commander replied, "Then we made a mistake. A big one." In the shadows of the arena, high above, another figure watched. A human man, dressed like a slave, but his eyes sharp. He leaned forward and whispered, "It's her. She's alive." Later that night, they locked the girl in a metal room, 10 floors below the arena. No windows, only one camera. She sat quietly in the corner, still barefoot, still silent. Outside the door, the guards argued. "She's a weapon. She's a spy. She's something worse. No human can do that." Inside the room, the girl closed her eyes. For a moment, images flashed in her mind. Earth burning, scientists running, a lab, her mother's face, the words, "Activate only if all hope is lost." Her eyes opened. Blue light glowed again. Just for a second. Back in the arena, The alien crowd talked all night. The human girl. One blow. No name. Some wanted her destroyed. Some wanted to study her. Some began to fear her. But one thing was clear. Everything had changed. And it started with a single punch. Ending hook for next part. On a dark planet far away, a hologram played the fight in front of a group of alien leaders. One leaned forward. This is not just a girl. This is the beginning of something dangerous. Another replied, we must end her before the galaxy finds out what she really is. But it was already too late. The whispers had started. And the girl with no name had already become a legend. The video spread like wildfire. Across the galaxy, aliens watched it over and over. The moment when a small human girl dropped a champion with a single punch. At first, many thought it was fake, a glitch, a trick. But the footage was real. Every system confirmed it. No edits, no tricks. Just one punch, one dead champion. Now, everyone was asking the same question. What is she? Hook scene, Alien High Council. In a dark room on the warship Obsidian Claw, the Tarn Empire's leaders watched the video. A four-eyed general slammed his clawed fist on the table. She should not exist. She's human, said another, nervous. That's impossible. Humans are weak. Slaves. No, a third one whispered. Not this one. Look at her eyes. She was made. They rewound the footage again. The girl. Calm. Still. One punch. Boom. She's a weapon, the general growled. And if the humans built one, they may have built more. Back on the arena planet, the crowd outside the arena gates grew larger every hour. Some came to see the girl. Others came out of fear. A famous alien scientist named Voro was sent to study her. She must be a hybrid, he said, adjusting his silver visor. Part machine. Maybe a clone. Possibly. Enhanced with alien DNA. The guards looked uneasy. She hasn't spoken, one said. She hasn't eaten. Just sits there, watching. What if she's waiting for something? Another asked. Voro frowned. Or someone. Inside her cell, the girl sat in silence, watching the small blinking camera in the corner. She knew they were watching her, studying her. She didn't care. She was trying to remember who she was, where she came from, and why she felt something waking up inside her. Flashes hit her mind again. A glass tank. Scientists arguing. A symbol on the wall. A blue circle with 3 stars. A voice saying, we built her to protect what we lost. She gripped her head. It hurt, but it was coming back. She had a purpose, and it wasn't to die in an alien arena. Meanwhile, in the slave quarters, the human man from the shadows, the one who saw her fight, was moving through dark tunnels. His name was Cade. He was a former soldier, thought dead, but he had survived the fall of Earth, living in secret as a slave. Now he knew the girl was real. The last hope. He contacted the underground resistance using an old radio chip hidden in his tooth. She's here, he whispered. The project worked. I saw her fight. The reply came in a cracked signal. Then we move. Phase 1 begins. Arena Masters debate her fate. In the command room, the alien Arena Masters argued. Put her in another fight. Against stronger beasts. No, kill her now. We should sell her to the Royal Labs. We'll be rich. Or dead. Another said, what if she breaks free? The head Arena Master tapped the glass, staring down at the arena floor. He smiled slowly. Let's give the crowd what they want. A real show. 3 beasts. No weapons. No mercy. The next fight is announced. The arena lights turned red. The speakers boomed. A special match. The human girl returns against 3 of our deadliest beasts. Crowds screamed. Some cheered. Some trembled. Inside her cell, the girl opened her eyes. She heard everything and whispered one word. Good. Night before the fight, Cade snuck into the lower level of the arena. He found the old power system, the security cameras, the beast cages. He looked at the fight list. Then he saw her name. Subject: unknown. Code: HFY. He froze. HFY. Human version 1. The secret project. He remembered now. Only one subject had survived. Her. Final scene. Hook for part 3. The arena filled again. This time, the crowd was quiet. Nervous. They remembered what happened last time. 3 massive cages stood ready. Inside were monsters with claws, fangs, and rage. The announcer's voice cracked slightly. Begin the fight. The girl stepped into the arena. No armor. No fear. Just her. She looked up at the stars. Something changed in her eyes. She whispered, "I remember now." The gates opened. The beasts roared. She ran forward, alone. Then everything slowed down. The arena gates creaked open. 3 monstrous beasts stepped into the light. Tall, ugly, hungry. One had 6 legs and spikes across its back. The second had green skin, 2 heads, and acid dripping from its mouth. The third was a giant, 12 feet tall, metal plates on its body, eyes like fire. The crowd screamed. The drums beat faster. The girl stood still. No armor, no weapon, only her thin body and her silence. High above, the alien announcer's voice shook. 3 beasts, 1 human. Let's see if lightning strikes twice. Hook scene. The fight begins. The 3 beasts roared together. The first one charged straight at her, fast and wild. But just before it reached her, she moved. Fast, too fast. Like a ghost, she slipped to the side. Her hand touched the beast's leg. Crack. Its knee shattered. The beast collapsed, screaming. The crowd gasped. She didn't hit it. Someone yelled. She just touched it, another whispered. The girl turned slowly to the next beast. The 2-headed one hissed and spat acid. She leaped high, twisting in the air like a dancer, and landed behind it. She struck once, in the back of its neck. Both heads dropped. Not dead. Just shut down. The beast hit the ground, twitching. Now only one was left. The biggest. It growled low, waiting. This one was smarter. Slower, watching her. Meanwhile, in the control room, Voro, the alien scientist, stared at the screen. This is not just strength," he muttered. "This is controlled energy, guided force. Impossible." Another alien whispered, "She's not fighting. She's calculating." Voro pointed at her glowing eyes. "Look, her brain is mapping every target, predicting movements. It's technology, human technology. But how?" Final beast attacks. The last beast roared and slammed its fists into the ground. The arena cracked. The girl's body flew through the air, smashing into the wall. The crowd stood up. Silence. Dust covered the arena floor. Was she dead? No one moved. Then, a shape stood up. Her. Blood on her lip. A cut on her arm. But standing. For the first time, she looked angry. The beast ran toward her again. She didn't move. She just whispered, "Shut down." Her hand rose. A small light sparked from her palm. The beast froze mid-run. Its eyes turned white. Then it fell. Boom. The ground shook. The girl looked at the crowd. Still angry, still silent. She had won. Again. Backstage chaos. Guards ran everywhere. What is she? Lock her up. No one goes near her. She just brought down 3 of our top beasts without killing them. In the shadows, Cade smiled. She remembers. She's waking up. Flashback scene. Memory returns. In her cell, The girl closed her eyes and remembered. Earth, before the fall. A secret lab under the Arctic. Scientists building something called Project Haven. A voice. If Earth falls, she will rise. She was part of a last hope. Not a soldier. A defense system, built from the best human DNA, mixed with ancient alien tech recovered from a crashed ship. They didn't name her. They only gave her a code, HFY. Human. Version 1. The world never got to see her work, because Earth fell too soon. But now, she was awake. Meanwhile, in the Resistance, Cade sent a message to the human rebels hiding across the galaxy. She's online. Her systems are unlocking. The arena thinks they controlled her, but they don't. What's her name? The reply came. Cade paused. She doesn't have one. Then give her one. He thought for a moment, then typed. Call her Havian. Ending hook for part 4. Across the galaxy, rumors grew stronger. The human girl can control energy. She doesn't kill. She disables. She's not a fighter. She's a weapon. In secret labs, alien leaders prepared new plans. We must take her, study her, control her. But one alien general said the words everyone feared. What if we can't? Back in her cell, the girl stood up. Her wounds had healed. A small symbol glowed on her shoulder. A blue circle. 3 stars. She looked up and whispered, They're coming, and they won't stop me this time. Far across the stars, deep under the surface of a burned and broken Earth, a machine woke up. Its lights flickered on. Its systems scanned the galaxy. One signal blinked. HFY. Online. A voice inside the system said one word. Haven. The last defense of humanity had been activated. Hook seen. Message from the past. Inside her cold prison cell on the alien arena world, the girl sat cross-legged, eyes closed. Suddenly, her vision turned white. She wasn't in the cell anymore. She stood in a lab. Earth tech, blue lights, human scientists. A woman stepped forward, kind eyes, long dark hair. The girl's chest tightened. Her mother. The woman spoke through the memory. If you're seeing this, Earth has fallen. We couldn't save it, but we saved you. You're not just human. You're better, stronger, smarter. You were made from Earth's best. Soldiers, scientists, thinkers. You are our last hope. We called you Haven, because you are where the future begins. The girl whispered, Haven. The memory faded. She was back in her cell, but something had changed. She remembered her name. Cade's secret mission. In the tunnels below the arena, Cade moved fast. He hacked into the control system and downloaded data from the last 2 fights. Energy scans, neural patterns, combat stats. The files confirmed it. Haven wasn't normal. She was more than just strong. She was connected to something bigger. A network. A hidden system. He sent the files to the Resistance. Message. She's not a weapon. She's the key. We need to get her out before they figure it out. Alien labs react. On the moon city of Venruth, the Xarn High Council watched her fights again. Scientists from 12 different species analyzed every move. She calculates damage down to the molecule, one said. She can disable targets without killing, said another. That's impossible. One general stared at the screen. She's from Earth, a dead planet. Why are we afraid of her? The head scientist replied, because she's not afraid of us. A voice came over the intercom. Prepare for capture protocol. Bring her here. Alive. Arena plans the next fight. Back at the arena, the alien announcer paced nervously. We can't control her, he said. She's too powerful. The arena master growled. Then we break her, one way or another. They began preparing her next match, something she couldn't win. Or so they thought. In her cell, Haven awakens. Haven stood up. She moved her hands slowly. Her fingers glowed faint blue. She could feel her strength returning. Not just physical, but mental, digital. She could see signals in the walls, hear security drones in the ceiling, feel pressure points in the metal floor. She was remembering more each hour. She wasn't just a fighter. She was a living system. Her own voice echoed in her mind. You are your own command. No one owns you. Meanwhile, the resistance gathers. Across the stars, secret human outposts prepared to rise. They had hidden for years, scattered after Earth's fall. Now, with Haven online, they were reconnecting. Ships powered up. Codes were activated. Leaders spoke old Earth words again. Hope isn't dead. She's alive. And she's fighting. Cade's voice came through the comlink. I'll get her out. We strike during the next fight. The final scene. The next challenge. The arena lights dimmed. The crowd roared. The announcer's voice returned. But this time, there was fear in it. For tonight's event, the human faces the machine god, a war drone from the lost age of fire. A giant door opened. Smoke spilled into the arena. A robot stepped forward, 30 feet tall, weapons on every arm, eyes glowing red. A relic from the ancient wars, a killing machine. Haven walked into the arena calm. No armor, no weapons, just her. The announcer shouted, "This time, she won't survive." Haven looked at the machine god, then up at the stars, and softly said, "Let's finish what Earth started." Ending hook for Part 5. In the alien control tower, the system flashed red. Unauthorized is DETTTED. In her cell, hidden beneath the walls, Earth tech activated. An old signal from Earth's core satellite came online. Coordinates appeared, buried deep beneath the arena floor. A forgotten pod. A message flashed. Havian PUR TOCOL. Phase 2 ready. The arena shook. The machine god stepped forward, 30 feet of metal, fire, and ancient destruction. Each of its arms held a weapon, plasma cannon, spike hammer, laser blade, and a spinning drill. The crowd was silent. Even they weren't sure this was a real fight. The human girl, Haven, stood at the center, small, quiet. No weapons, no armor. Just her. Hook scene. The war begins. A siren screamed. Begin. The machine god launched forward. Boom. Its hammer smashed into the ground where Haven had stood, but she was already gone. She leaped into the air, spinning above the robot's arm. Her hands glowed blue. She landed on its shoulder, reached into a metal panel, and ripped a circuit out with her bare hand. Sparks flew. The crowd gasped. The robot roared, spinning to throw her off. She jumped again, flipping through the air like a shadow. The battle had begun. Meanwhile, Cade moves. Underground, Cade sprinted through maintenance tunnels. He had one job: get Haven out once the fight began. He carried a device, one of Earth's last hacking modules, old tech, made to connect with Project Haven's buried systems. He reached a sealed door under the arena. It had the Earth symbol, a blue circle with 3 stars. He placed the module on it. The door blinked open. Inside, a hidden control room lit up. Old Earth machines powered on after years of silence. Phase 2 ready, the screen said. Cade smiled. Back in the arena, the machine god fired missiles. Haven raised her hand. The blue shield appeared around her, a glowing energy field. The missiles hit the shield and exploded, but she stood, unharmed. Alien leaders in the skybox leaned forward, shocked. "No weapon can do that," one hissed. "She's absorbing the energy," another said. "She's not human anymore. She's something else." The machine strikes back. The robot activated its spike hammer and smashed the arena floor. Darkness filled the war room of the alien High Council. A single screen glowed, showing the ruins of the arena. Smoke, fire, human ships escaping. In the center of it all stood Haven, glowing, alive, and free. The supreme warlord of the council stood slowly. His voice was cold. She is too powerful. She remembers who she is. She is no longer an experiment. He turned to his generals. It's time to activate Project Black Sun. Hook scene, the secret weapon. In a secret moon base, buried in black stone, a giant chamber opened. Inside, a creature, tall as a tower, covered in armor made from dead stars. Its body was not born. It was built. Half machine, half ancient alien tech. Its eyes opened, pure red. It had no name. Only a number, 01, and one mission: destroy Haven. Meanwhile, on the human ship, Haven stood in the center of the command deck. Her armor sparkled. Her weapon was now a part of her. The staff blade pulsed with blue light. Around her, the resistance crew worked quickly. "Where do we go now?" one asked. She answered softly, "To the old Earth relay station. There's more there. I can feel it." Cade stepped forward. "And if the aliens come after us?" Haven looked out the window. "They will." Alien councils fear. Inside the High Council chamber, alien leaders argued. "She's only one human," said a blue-skinned leader. "Not anymore," said another. "She unlocked the Haven Protocol. That means more could wake up. More weapons, more systems. Earth is gone," shouted a third. "Why are we still afraid?" The Supreme Warlord slammed his fist on the table. "Because Earth made her. And if they made one, they made others." He turned to a dark screen. 01. Find her. Enter. Aboard Haven's ship. That night, Haven sat alone in the engine room. The lights dimmed. She closed her eyes. Another memory came back. A hidden lab under Earth's oceans. Scientists working on something called Echo Protocol, a backup plan to Project Haven. One defender is not enough, they had said. If Haven fails, the Echo must rise. She opened her eyes. "There are more like me," she whispered. Cade stepped in. "What did you see?" Haven stood. "Earth left behind more than hope. Black Sun rises." In deep space, the creature known as 01 moved. It didn't fly with engines. It fell through space, pulled by gravity fields and dark energy. It reached the edge of Haven's ship in minutes. The ship's alarms screamed. "Incoming OGGCT. Unknown CLS." Before anyone could react, the wall tore open. 01 entered. Its voice echoed without sound. "Haven Protocol. Must be destroyed." Fight of shadows and stars. Haven stood between the crew and the creature. Her blade spun in her hand, glowing. She charged. Clang. Her weapon hit its armor and bounced off. Too strong. She flipped backward, eyes glowing. She moved fast, dodging, striking, dodging again. Cade yelled, "It's not alive. It's running on old tech." Haven nodded. "Then I'll talk to it in the old language." She raised her palm. A beam of blue data light hit the creature. But 01's core turned red hot. It broke the signal and grabbed her throat. "End. Protocol." It hissed. "Emergency protocol." Echo signal sent. As Haven struggled, her armor cracked. Her hand found her weapon again. This time she stabbed it into 01's chest. Not with force, but with code. "Wake up," she said. "All of you." Across the galaxy, old Earth beacons lit up. Sleeping systems, hidden labs, cold satellites. Echo Protocol received. Haven is alive. The time has come. The fall of 01. 01 froze. Its red core flickered. Haven whispered, "You were made to protect, not destroy." Something inside the machine clicked. It remembered its origin. A tool of peace turned into a weapon of fear. It looked at her and shut down. fell to the ground, dead. The stars shimmered with new light. Across the galaxy, Earth's secret systems woke up, hidden for decades, untouched since the fall of the human homeworld. Cryo chambers opened. Lights turned green. Soldiers, engineers, scientists, not just humans, enhanced humans, born from Earth's last hope. The Echo Protocol had worked. And it all began with one girl, Haven. Book scene, Waking the Forgotten. On a quiet, dusty moon, a large metal door opened with a hiss. A child stepped out, her eyes glowing soft blue, just like Haven's. She looked up at the sky and whispered, "Where's my sister?" On another world, a man with metal arms stood beside a river of lava. He raised a fist to the sky. More and more were waking. Some were peaceful. Some were warriors. All were human, and all were coming home. The plan to take Earth back. Aboard Haven's ship, a meeting was held. Cade, Haven, and the resistance leaders stood around a holomap. Earth was still marked as dead, but the signals were clear. Something was moving on the planet. Cade said, "We think the aliens are using Earth as a power base. Energy, data, maybe even cloning tech." Haven stared at the spinning globe. No more. She turned to the crew. "It's time to go home." Alien panic. The alien High Council was no longer calm. World after world had gone dark. Their scanners showed human ships moving like ghosts. Quiet, fast, impossible to catch. "The Echo Protocol has returned," one leader shouted. "They're rebuilding Earth," said another. "We have to destroy the planet before they fully awaken." The Supreme Warlord gave the order. "Begin the final fire. The battle for Earth begins." Human ships jumped into orbit around Earth. Alien fleets were already waiting. Dozens of war cruisers, battle moons, and fire lances. But the humans didn't come alone. They came with upgraded Haven-class fighters, each powered by Earth's old tech. And at their front, Haven herself, in full armor, glowing weapon in hand. She sent a message across all frequencies. "Earth is not your home. Earth is not your weapon. Earth is ours." The sky burns. The battle exploded. Lasers, missiles, blades of energy. Ships crashed. Satellites shattered. Haven moved like lightning, tearing through ships with precise strikes. Behind her, the other Echo units fought in sync. They weren't just soldiers. They were the final dream of humanity, perfectly trained, built for survival, loyal to the last breath. Cade's voice came through the comms. "The core is still buried. You need to reach the Heart Tower. That's where they controlled Earth's orbit." Haven responded, "I'm going in." Return to Earth. Haven landed on Earth for the first time in years. The air was thin. The sky was dusty. But the ground still felt like home. She walked through the ruins of old cities. Her memory returned. Parks, laughter, oceans. Now silent. She reached the Heart Tower. Alien guards waited. She fought them. Fast, clean, without hate. At the top, she found it. The Earth core system. Still working. Still human. She placed her hand on the console. "Well, see you many home, Havian." Earth system online. The final strike. The alien fleet saw the power shift. Earth's orbit defenses came online. Old satellites armed with plasma. Old ground cannons reactivated. They began firing upward, tearing through alien ships. One by one, the enemies fell. The High Council tried to escape, but Haven sent a final command. "No escape. No mercy. You erased my people. Now we rise." A final wave of energy exploded from Earth, driven by the Heart Tower. The war was over. Peace begins again. Weeks later, Earth was quiet, but full of life. Human children played among old ruins. Haven stood on a hill, watching new buildings rise. Cade walked up beside her. "You did it," he said. She smiled. "No," she replied. "We did." Far above them, stars blinked. More echo units were still returning. Earth was becoming whole again. Not perfect, but alive.